Hey boys and girls, tonight is a review of multi-step word problems, so I'm going to jump right into it. And here I've got a word problem and I need to use this information to figure out what I need. So I see that I have 2/3 of a mile on one day, I have 1/4 of a mile on the other, I have a total of 1 mile, so I need to figure out how much more. So I know it's a multi-step problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by adding my 2/3 and my 1/4, because that's how much I've already ran. 2/3 plus 1/4. Now I need to find my LCM, so 3 and 4 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 4, 8, 12. My LCM is 12, so I want to know my answer is going to end up in twelfths. So now from here I've got 2/3. I multiply it by something to get something over 12. 3 times 4 gives me 12 for my numerator, because I'm multiplying by one whole, so I don't change the value, but I do change the numbers. So I've got 8/12. And then 1/4 times something equals something over 12. 4 times 3 gives me 12. 3 on the top to make it one whole. 1 times 3 is 3. So now I've got 11/12 because I just added my numerators, never add the denominators. But that's how much I've ran right now. What I want is how much more I need to run on Wednesday. So I need 1 whole mile. So for 1 whole mile, that would be 12/12, because that's how I would represent 1 whole. It needs to be in twelfths because that's my answer denominator. How much more indicates that I need to subtract. And those simply, I got 1/12. Now I don't need to simplify because I have a 1 in my numerator, and that's the only case that we don't have to check for simplifying. So 1/12 is how much I need to run on Wednesday. This comes to our next one. I would like you to pause this problem and solve it now. Alright, so I can see that I have one giant container of hot chocolate, and the boys drank 3/10 while the girls drank 5/12. So I want to know how much they drank together, and then I need to figure out how much is left for me, the teacher. So I've got 3/10 plus 5/12. I'm going to save some time, and I already know that my LCM of 10 and 12 is 60. We're still working on proving that in class. But so then from here, I do 3/10 times something equals something over 60. 10 times 6 is 60. 6 on the top for 1 whole. So I've got 18 there. Then I've got 5/12 times something equals something over 60. 5 times 12 will give me 60. 5 on the top for 1 whole. 25. So then I've got 18 60ths and 25 60ths, and that will give me a total of 43 60ths. But again, that's not what the question's asking me. How much is left for the teacher? So one giant container would be 60/60, because that's 1 whole, and I'm using 60ths, minus 43/60. Now, I can't quite do 60 minus 43 in my head, so I'll set it up like a normal subtraction problem, and that will give me 17 over 60. Now I think that's simplified, but I'm going to double check. So I do a GCF, 17. I know the only factors of 17 are 1 and 17. 60, I've got a whole bunch of factors. I've got 1 and 60. I've got 2 and 30. I've got 3 and 20. But I also noticed that I know 17 is not going to go into 60. 4 times 15 gives me 60, but 17 is not. So 1 will end up being my only common factor, meaning 17 over 60 is how much is left for the teacher. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Here's your Bring Back to School problem, and I'm looking forward to seeing you work in the morning.